Do you know where your next real estate transaction is going to come from? Hey guys, it's Dave here with Elite Real Estate Coaching and Training. And in all my years of being in sales and being a broker and now being a real estate coach, that's the one question that keeps a lot of real estate agents up at night. And when you think about it, there's really only 5 places that real estate agents get their business. So today I'm going to dig into those 5 things with you. Stick around. Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. It's Dave again. And when I started thinking about where do real estate agents get their business, there's really only 5 choices. So let's dig into them. The first one is you can buy leads. And I know a lot of real estate coaches will kind of get real negative about buying leads. I'm not that guy. I don't know that it's necessary for every real estate agent. I think this is where the consulting approach should come in to anybody who is going to coach or broker a real estate agent. The consulting piece digs into where your business comes from, and you need to know that. So before I would tell you don't buy leads or buy leads, we would have to dig into your database, your sphere of influence, your network, and decide whether it is currently strong enough to support your real estate goals or whether we've got to use something like buying leads to jumpstart them. We have agents in our program that buy Zillow leads. We have agents in our program that buy Realtor.com leads. We have agents that do things like OpCity where they pay a referral fee from it. And I'm not opposed to any of those if you can turn those bought leads into raving fans and build a massive database. We've talked about it before in our channel here where the goal should always be to take your little tiny database, remember what Ross says, it's Elmo, and turn it into Godzilla by growing it. If you have a great giant database, it should be able to generate a lot of business for you, and I'll get more into that later. Your second option for growing your business after buying leads would be paid advertising. Now, paid advertising can come in the form of Facebook paid advertising. It could come in the form of Google ads, but it can also come in the form of things like radio and television and even old-fashioned print. Those are still all highly effective. And again, that's where that consulting piece needs to come in is there an advertising budget within your business? I personally think there should be. I personally think that when you have listings in particular, you ought to be able to leverage those listings to generate more business. And the only way to do that is by advertising. I'm a huge fan of direct mail around your listings. The NAR statistic says that when you list a house, 3 of the closest 20 neighbors are going to consider listing their house. What better way to reach out to them than to add direct mail into your paid advertising program? And then I'm a huge believer in running Boost inside of things like Facebook to generate traffic to your open houses, which in turn should generate more opportunities from that open house. So again, what is your budget for paid advertising? I believe that an agent ought to have a 3 to 7% of their GCI set aside for their advertising budget. The third way is content that attracts. And when you think about content, I know we're all thinking social media, but content is anything that you produce. Content could be text messages that you're sending to people. It could be QR codes driving people back to a website on your for sale signs. If you haven't seen the video that we posted about the modern for sale sign, I'll put the link in the comments section below, but that's a really great video you should watch. Content is also things that you put on your social media, your TikTok, your Instagram, your LinkedIn, your YouTube channel, whatever one of those or ones of those that you are using to create content and put content, that content needs to be designed to attract people. When we talk about attracting people, we talk about the importance of having content that is either educational or entertaining. And so it's easy for us to do those things. And with new products like ChatGPT out there, guys, this has never been any easier. Go into your ChatGPT and say, write me a script for 10 things that buyers need to know before they buy a house or before they contact a real estate agent, and then record a video, get in front of the camera, be courageous, do what I'm doing right now, and put that content out there. It will attract people, but the key here is consistency. You've got to put consistent content out. Consistency beats everything. Consistency is undefeated. My friend Jared James says that, and he's 100% correct. Consistency wins every time. Consistency will beat talent every day of the week if talent is not consistent. Then your referral partners. Look, I'm part of a giant referral network. I even manage a referral network group on social media that has thousands of agents from across the country. So what does your referral network look like? Look at your community. Where would people naturally be moving in and out of your community from? And then you need to develop great relationships with agents within each of those communities. So like I'm here in Kansas City. Where do people move to Kansas City from? Places like Omaha and Lincoln and Chicago and St. Louis and Tulsa, Dallas, Oklahoma City. Those are all natural places that people move to my community from. So if I'm trying to build a network of referral partners, I need good referral sources in each of those communities. One of our agents has taken it to a whole new level. He's even built a Google spreadsheet and a Google map, and he can pull up his Google map and see where his affiliate partners are all across the country. But your referral partners shouldn't just be other real estate agents. They're also your affiliates. They're your lender, your title people, your home inspector, your wood destroying insect inspector. All of those people that you send business to should be reciprocating back to you. You should be able to count on them to tell people how great you are. And if they're not doing that, you might want to really think about those relationships. I know that can be hard with somebody like a title company who's got 100 agents, but you need to be trying to build relationships with people who value you and value the service that you have and will refer you to other people. And then here's the big one, guys. Reach out and prospect. That's number 5. Number 5 on my list is you've got to be in the business of building that database and talking to people. You ought to be able to tell me how many conversations you need to have in a week, in a month, in a year, in order to generate the kind of business that will give you the income that it is that you claim you want to have. Yes, social media is effective. Yes, buying leads is effective. Yes, paying for advertising is effective. All of those things are effective. Yes, having referral partners across the country are effective. But if you really want to grow your business, you have got to be out there talking to people all the time courageously. And that includes everybody in your database. But again, you can't just be calling everybody in your database expecting that you're going to call them and say, hey, it's Dave. I hope you want to buy a house because that's why I'm calling. No, these are relationship phone calls. These are relationship emails. These are relationship text messages that you should be sending. If you think about it like this, let's just pretend you had 1,000 strong contacts in a database. That's a big database, but there are 1,000 people who actually know who you are and know what you do. And if you did a wonderful job of staying in touch with 1,000 people in your database, the people in your database move roughly every 10 years. So roughly in the database, there's about 100 people a year in a 1,000 people database that are going to be moving. If 50% of them bought and sold, think about the number of transactions you could easily be finding in your database, 150 transactions a year, if you did a great job of working it and developing trust and providing value to your people. I believe that the people in your database ought to be getting touched about 30 times a year. I know that sounds excessive. If you don't have the right system in place, if you don't have the right strategy in place, that is never going to happen. But for us in our office, we leverage a product called KV Core. One of the easy things we can do in KV Core is send them a market report once a month, a market report for their zip code that shows home sales, average dollars per square foot, average days on market, average list price to sales price. That is a touch. That could be 12 touches a year. If you made 4 phone calls once a quarter to the people in your database, man, we're getting up there now. We're at 16 touches right there. Something on their birthday, now we're at 17. Something on the anniversary of their home, we're on 18. Twice a year, actual CMAs of their property, 19, 20 touches just from those things alone. But you will not do that with 1,000 people if you do not have technology in place to help you do so. It doesn't matter to me whether you're using something like Boomtown or Constant Contact or for us, KV Core, whatever your tool is, it needs to be powerful and you need to use it all the time. Your day should begin and end with looking at your database and analyzing what's going on with the people in your database. If you're not doing that, then somebody else is going to be reaching out to those people in your database and showing them love and trying to convert them, and you're going to lose opportunities. Guys, there's nothing worse in the world than logging onto Facebook and seeing somebody that's one of your friends or family members or somebody in your church posting a picture of their new house. You're not the agent that did it. That happens because you did not have the courage to reach out to them and let them know that you wanted to be their agent. You didn't have the courage to talk to them about how you grow your business and how important referrals are to your business, right? As my dear friend David Rogers has told me many, many times, these agents can't be secret agents. So you can't be a secret agent, and you cannot assume that the people in your database, the people that you know and who like you, are going to use you if you do not have the courage to ask them. Guys, you have got to pick up the phone. You have got to call people. You have got to have conversations. If you have never done that work, I'm going to encourage you to get a copy of the book where we break down the 8 touches in 8 weeks process for training the people in your database to think of you when they think about real estate. That book is available on Amazon, and I would hope that you would buy it. Guys, if you like the videos and you have not already done so, go ahead and subscribe. We're pushing in on that 100 subscribers mark as I record this. I would love to get to 100. And if you have any comments or questions, put them down in those comments section below. We sure appreciate it. As always, I hope that you continue to be greater than average. Stick around and I'll have a new video out soon. Thanks, guys.